This is my Remington VTR bolt gun in 308 Winchester. On it we have the Rapid Reticle 900-4. 2 years ago the US Army called me and said, we saw your 800 reticle, can you design a reticle that allows our squad designated marksmen to be able to shoot from zero and range on a target out to 800 meters. So I'll do better than that. They wanted shoulder brackets, I gave them shoulder, and they're able to range on the head out to 900 meters, and you're able to zero this gun at 100 meters and shoot all the way to 1,000 meters without any clicks. Even though we have ballistic turrets that you could turn up to 100 meters, 200, all the way to 800 meters, we gave them all the bells and whistles since they asked me to come up with something. The 900 reticle allows you to range on the shoulders all the way down to 900 meters, or the head down the middle, and give you an approximate distance, very, very accurate, out to about 800 meters. After that, you've got to be pretty close to the distance, but on a silhouette-sized target, which would be an enemy combatant, it's pretty accurate, and it's been very successful in the field in both Afghanistan and Iraq in the use of the US Army, the squad designated marksmen. Today I have a good friend of mine, Dennis Santiago, who's a competitive shooter, long-range rifle shooter, long-range law enforcement, sniper instructor, and really a long-range aficionado. I've asked him to come up and talk about what he thinks about the Rapid Reticle system, and I think this is really good because Dennis knows a lot more than I know how to calculate. Dennis, how you doing today?
How you doing, John? Nice to see you.
Good, thank you for coming out. So tell me a little bit about mil-dot ranging and the traditional ranging that you teach people how to range a target and how easy or difficult that is.
It is a skill that needs to be learned. Let me show you, for instance, these are things that we normally put together when we have snipers that we train. We have to build for them a range card that has all of the different ballistics calculations that they can look up and figure out what the drop that they need to work into, either looking at the mil-dot turret or turning the knobs on the scope in order to get the scope on for the shot that they need to make. On top of that, with a mil-dot scope, you have to have some sort of a ranging table that you look up, and this one happens to have, if you're looking at the marks on a regular mil-dot reticle or an MOA reticle, you see how big it is, you read out the target height in inches, and it gives you the approximate range. And from there, you then set your scope up and take your shot. All of that, and one of the things I really liked about the PFI reticle is these two pieces of mathematical information. I'm the exact opposite from Patrick. I'm more of a math geek when it comes to this kind of stuff. All of this mathematics is built right into that reticle, and that's what really attracted me to take a closer look at this particular piece of technology. Where it really comes in handy from what I've seen is that if you have someone who isn't trained as a long-range sniper, you can much more quickly get them up to speed. Trying to get somebody to do this, you know, it's an aficionado's art, right? You got to be into it. You have to make it your job. It's more of a professional thing that goes both if you're a police sniper. I've also been out and been involved in training military snipers. You know, they take the time to do this kind of stuff. But the regular guy that's just going to come on board and take the shot, and in most cases when I do work with law enforcement, I mean, you've been teaching police departments far longer than I have, but in the experience that I've got, they're not well versed in this kind of stuff. They've got many, many other things to do. So having a piece of technology that eliminates that learning curve or shortens that learning curve dramatically means that they can get on target and they can do what they need to do. From a military perspective, it changes the force ratios dramatically, and it puts you in an advantage. It gives you fire superiority. I mean, there's all this kind of stuff that comes out of it, and it's very, very important to do so.
I'm here on the 1,000-yard range with Dennis Santiago. He's shooting the ZBR with the 900-4 scope. What he's going to do is engage at 600 yards using the ranging device, engage the target, go out to 1,000 yards, engage the target, and come back to 200 yards and hit the silhouette without any clicks or any changes to the scope itself. So whenever you're ready, Dennis,
Okay,
starting at 600 yards.
Okay, loaded. Rounds in the gun. Target 600 on the pin. Going at 1,000 yards. Coming back to 200.
Right. Well, as you can see, that was pretty fast. He went from 600 to 1,000 and back to 200 just by moving to the different pins on the scope. Here at the range, not that critical, although he did it pretty quick, but just imagine what that's like in combat and somebody shooting back at you, to be able to engage targets from 100 to 1,000 yards and hit. Now, Dennis is a highly qualified shooter, but virtually anybody that could squeeze a trigger properly can do that. Maybe not hit the 1,000 exactly, but everything else for sure. I'm still learning how to use a mil dot and mils, and I certainly want to expand my knowledge. I don't quite have it down, but with our reticle, I'm able to do things that I didn't really care to do years ago with a handgun. So we sure appreciate all that you do training the law enforcement in Southern California, and we certainly appreciate your ability in competition, and thank you for coming out today.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thanks,
Take care.
Dennis.
All right.
The 900-4 scope, which we built for the U.S. Army, will work on several different platforms, a variety of platforms. It will also work on a 5.56 caliber out to around 600 yards, depending on the capability of your gun. If you have an SPR with a longer barrel, you can go out to 700 yards. Now, this particular scope is made of high-quality aircraft aluminum. It's monotube construction, a ballistic turret with half-minute clicks, illuminated reticle, which means the whole reticle is illuminated with a variant power setting, rheostat with different numbers. This particular scope is a 2.5 to 10 power by 40, and we also threaded the objective so you can put a laser filter in there, which is a U.S. Army product. When you mount it on an M110, this one is the 2.5 to 10 by 56. It'll work just as fine on a gas type gun as it does on the Mark 24 and a variety of other firearms. But primarily the reticle itself was designed so the average soldier can range a humanoid target from 100 to 800 meters and be able to deliver a shot in the wind and make a hit that first time out. We've had a great success with this, and PFI guarantees all their scopes with a lifetime warranty.